Welcome to The Explainer. As an audio expert, I spend absolutely days testing gear, and today we're comparing two flagship powerhouses to help you find your perfect sonic match. We are putting the Apple AirPods Pro 3 head-to-head against the Sony WF-1000XM6 to figure out exactly which one deserves a spot in your pocket. Okay, let's just dive right into the core question. Dropping over $300 on premium audio gear shouldn't leave you feeling stressed or frustrated by your tech, right? People don't buy premium earbuds just to blast the volume. They buy them to fix a disruption in their daily flow. So what actually happens when the gear you just bought adds friction to your day?
Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. Number 1, the premium audio divide. 2, sound quality and silence. 3, Apple's seamless ecosystem ease. 4, Sony's technical audio control. 5, real-world pros and cons. And 6, your final buying decision.
Section 1. The Premium Audio Divide. Let's start by looking at the vastly different core philosophies of these two tech giants.
They are actually approaching the exact same problem from completely opposite directions. Apple wants the tech to just magically disappear into your day, viewing the earbuds as the seamless extension of their operating system. Sony, on the other hand, they engineer everything around absolute pure sound quality. They treat the WF-1000XM6 like miniature reference tools for serious, sit-down listening.
Just look at these official specs. Sony is literally throwing massive hardware at the problem. They're prioritizing measurable acoustic gains over simple convenience, inviting you to tweak and experiment because they expect the user to actually care about the fine details of acoustic engineering.
Section 2. Sound quality and silence. Now, let's look at how they actually sound in the real world.
Sony utilizes a gorgeous 8.4mm driver with a brand new soft edge surround. And what this gives you is a super deep, incredibly agile, and textured bass response. It doesn't just boom, it accurately reproduces the fine, gritty textures of the instruments. It's a really emotional sound.
Reviewers are absolutely charmed by this. The folks over at What Hi-Fi noted the incredibly natural, warm tone the Sony earbuds produce, finding they completely outshined rivals in raw musical emotion. Look, when you sit down for a critical listening, the AirPods Pro 3 can actually sound quite clean, but they're definitely emotionally flatter in direct comparison. And this beautifully extends to their noise cancellation styles, too. When you're commuting through a busy, chaotic city, Apple gracefully fades the noise into an ignorable background. It's highly adaptive. Sony, however, aggressively blankets you in sweet, total silence, specifically targeting that awful low-frequency rumble of planes and trains. So it's not really about which is stronger, it's about their completely different intent.
Section 3. Apple's seamless ecosystem ease. Let's explore why multitaskers are totally in love with the AirPods Pro 3.
If you live inside the Apple ecosystem, this is where the magic happens. Apple's ultimate goal is zero friction. You just pop them in, and the custom silicon handles everything from crystal clear calls to spatial audio without you lifting a single finger. Users report a significantly lower cognitive load. You never even have to think about your audio. It just seamlessly switches from your Mac to your iPhone. It is absolute comfort under chaos.
Section 4. Sony's technical audio control. But what if you really want to get under the hood? If you're a tweaker who wants to unlock every ounce of performance, Sony's hands-on control gives you the keys to the audio kingdom. For instance, you can dive into their highly detailed app to enable the battery care feature. By limiting the peak voltage and stopping the charge just before 100%, you actively protect your battery's long-term health. That's a level of granular control Apple simply doesn't expose to the user.
And here is a real-world example of why having this control matters. Some early Sony users were experiencing a robotic voice on calls. But a brilliant Reddit user figured out that diving into the settings and switching from the older AAC codec to the new LC3 codec makes calls crystal clear. Yes, it absolutely demands your attention to set up, but the payoff is massive. Having access to these high bitrate codecs like LC3 and LDAC gives you the ultimate freedom to customize your audio perfectly. And honestly, this is absolutely essential if you are on an Android device where Apple's ecosystem magic simply doesn't exist.
All right, Section 5. Real-world pros and cons. Let's break down the trade-offs.
Apple's massive pro is without a doubt its invisible magic and unbeatable transparency mode. But the con? You're stuck with a flatter sound and heavy ecosystem lock-in. Now, Sony gives you breathtaking, dynamic audio and incredible noise isolation, but it totally demands you play with the app, and it comes with a noticeably bulkier charging case. Mapping this out by listener type makes it super clear. If you are bouncing between devices all day or taking endless meetings, go Apple. The ease and mic quality are unmatched. But if you sit down to truly get lost in an album, or you're an Android user hitting the road, the richer tuning and codec freedom of the Sonys are exactly what you need.
Finally, Section 6, your final buying decision.
Let's bring this all together. Picture this. It's late, the city is loud outside your window, and you put on one last track before sleep. If you want to be completely enveloped in lush, textured music that feels like a private concert, you pick Sony. But if you just want the noise to softly fade away with zero effort and absolute comfort, Apple wins every time.
So I have to ask, which listener are you? Truly, are you the ecosystem multitasker who values seamless ease above all else? Or the music-first tweaker chasing pure sonic perfection? Let that answer guide your decision. But it does leave us wondering, as AI continues to improve, will we eventually see a pair of earbuds that effortlessly does both? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.